Okay, good afternoon all, good morning to all. We will start in 2 minutes. Let's wait for few more people to join. Okay, uh, so today what we will do, initially I will start with the unit number 6. Then we will have Padlet activity. In between we will have small quiz of 4 questions, and later we will continue back with the unit number 6. So first we will start with unit number 6, introduction. That unit number 6 is related with pumps and turbines. So what is mean by pump? What is mean by turbine? Those things we will learn. Already we have gone through the practicals of turbine and pump. We have seen the demo. So the theory behind that we will have to learn in this lecture, means in these 4 to 5 lectures, so that we can complete our syllabus. So beginning with first, we will see what is meant by hydraulic machines. So today I will take the help of slides. Later, when problematic or derivation part will come, I will come back to the writing page. So first, I will tell you the introductory part, theoretical part. So hydraulic machines are nothing but those machines which converts either hydraulic energy, which is nothing but energy possessed by water, into a mechanical energy. That mechanical energy which is further converted into electrical energy. Or these machines are nothing but mechanical energy they are converting into hydraulic energy. Vice versa. Means hydraulic machines can convert hydraulic energy into mechanical energy or mechanical energy into hydraulic energy. Further, we can say hydraulic machine which converts energy, hydraulic energy into mechanical energy are called turbines. Means the machines which are converting water energy into mechanical energy are nothing but turbines. And hydraulic machines which are converting mechanical energy into hydraulic energy are called as a pumps. Pumps and turbines are contradictory to each other. Pump is responsible for giving power to the water, and turbines are responsible for taking water from the taking power from the water. So here, how they are classified. According to definition, work done on the fluid and work done by the fluid. Work done on the fluid means power absorbing machines like pumps, fans, compressor. To those pumps, fans and compressor, we provide some external power. Further, pumps, fans, compressor are classified into reciprocating, that is moving front and back, and rotary. Means rotary pump will be there, screw pump will be there, piston pump will be there, gear pump will be there, or centrifugal pump will be there. Similarly, pumps may be crank driven reciprocating, pumps may be direct drive reciprocating. So here the word is important, work done on the fluid. Work is done on the fluid. Just a minute. Okay. So what I am telling, the second part of classification is work done by the fluid. So these are power producing machines, which are nothing but turbines. Turbines further classified into two types. One is impulse turbine and second is a reaction turbine, which will be windmill as a impulse turbine, Pelton turbine, or axial flow, radial flow, Kaplan and Francis turbines. So in first part, we will see all details about the turbines. So you just remember for first type, that is when we see the work done by the fluid, we are getting power. If we have to provide the power to the system, then these are pumps, fans and compressors. So in detail, let's see the turbine classification. So main classification of a turbine depends on the type of action of the water on the turbine. These are nothing but impulse turbines and reaction turbines. In case of impulse, all the potential energy is converted into kinetic energy in the nozzle. The word itself is implementing impulse force. Impulse is responsible for the conversion of energy. The impulse provided by jet is used to run the turbine wheel. Impulse provided by the jet is used to run the turbine wheel. In general, these impulse turbines are not airtight. The pressure inside the turbine is atmospheric pressure only. This type of turbine is found very suitable where head is high. Means if suppose you are having a dam which has property of having high head, large amount of water storage is possible. In that case, this type of a impulse turbine is useful, because as we know, as we increase the head, as we increase the height, the velocity which is flowing through the pipe will also increase, and it is suitable for that site. Some people call this type as a tangential flow unit. Later discussion we will show how it works. Then second part is known as a second classification is known as a reaction turbine. The available potential energy is progressively converted in turbines rotary, and reaction of the accelerating water causes the running of a wheel. Means in case of reaction turbine, Both pressure energy as well as kinetic energy are utilized. That is the main difference. These are again divided into radial flow, mixed flow, axial flow machine. Radial flow machines are found suitable for the moderate level of potential energy and medium quantity of flow. The axial machines are suitable for low level of potential energy and large flow rates. The potential energy available generally is denoted by head availability. As I said, whatever head is available is nothing but height of water in the dam is nothing but potential energy. If potential energy is low, and at that case, if large flow is possible, then axial machines are used. The high head, medium head, and low head, that is the another way of classification of turbines. First, we will start with the Pelton wheel turbine, which is nothing but tangential flow impulse turbine. It is used in high head power plants. High head power plants means where there is a possibility of large amount of water storage and their head is maintained constant. This type of turbine was developed and patented by L.A. Pelton in 1889. And all these type of turbines are called as a Pelton wheels by the name of the scientist. There are main components. First is the runner, which has vanes. Vanes are in the form of buckets fixed on the periphery of the wheel. Means there is one runner which is nothing but a wheel, which is nothing but a wheel which has buckets on the periphery. With diagram, it will get clear. Then there is a nozzle assembly with control of spear and deflector, which controls the flow over the turbine. Then there is a brake nozzle. Brake nozzle is utilized for stopping of a turbine. The rotor runner consists of a circular disc fixed on the suitable shaft made up of cast or forged steel. Buckets are fixed on the periphery of the disc. These buckets is of double hemispherical cup. Each bucket is divided into two symmetrical parts by dividing the wall is known as a splitter. All these things will be cleared when I will show the diagram. Casting prevents the splitting of water and discharge to the tail race and braking jet. So here is the diagram. So you can see casing is there, which prevents water to come out of the system. Then here is the rotor, and that rotor is nothing but a wheel, and that wheel has hemispherical cup-like structure on the periphery. Water is coming from this side. There is a spear which moves to and fro and which controls the flow which is coming to this nozzle. This is the nozzle, and this nozzle is controlling the flow over the turbine. So when we move further, when this spear goes further, the rate of discharge on this turbine wheel will be reduced. If spear goes back, rate of flow of water will increase, and the speed, that is velocity, that is kinetic energy of water, will also increase, and the speed of the horizontal shaft which is connected to the wheel will also increase. Apart from that, there is a brake nozzle. So suppose suddenly if you want to stop the turbine to rotate, so you can see if I will close the spear, what will happen? Turbine will have some inertia and it will continue to rotate. So To stop this rotating wheel, we are having here brake nozzle. We open this sphere so that from opposite direction, some amount of water will start striking the rotor so that we can suddenly stop the rotating such type of a turbine. Because it is important if suppose we don't want electricity suddenly, and as we know the structure is very large and rotating with high speed, to suddenly stop such type of heavy turbine, we need such type of a brake nozzle system. This is one of the diagram which you have to remember, and there is another simple diagram which you can use is like this. Here you can see there is a penstock, there is a sphere. In this diagram, that braking jet is not shown. Jet of water is bombarded on these hemispherical brackets. Casting is there and vanes are nothing but brackets. If you want to see at actual how the turbine will look like, it is like this. You can see here hemispherical structure is there. Water is striking on this middle splitter. It is called as a splitter. So water get divided into two halves. One will come here, one will come here. And due to the action of impulse, this turbine rotates in the direction of flow with high velocity. The splitter will be more clear if you see this diagram. Here you can see these are the two halves. Here in between there is a splitter on which the direction of flow is concentrated. Jet will strike at the center of this splitter and water will come out from this side and out from this side. These are designed in such a way that it will give the maximum efficiency with required rate of generation of power. And the efficiency of such type of a turbine, how to calculate that we have seen already. But if we want to know, I will just change I want to show one more diagram where you will see how the actual working of a hydroelectric plant happens. Just a minute, I am sharing that. Okay. It will come. Yes. Yes, here is the representation of hydroelectric power plant. You can see there is a dam in which we are storing the water, and the distance, that is gross head, which is nothing but Hg, which is measured from the tail race where water is sent back to the other side of a dam, and this height is nothing but total head race. Then through these dam, a large amount of means large diameter size pipes are taken, not only one. There are many number of pipes depending upon the how many workstations are there. Those pipes are, here only one is shown. So I will say one penstock. That penstock is nothing but pipe through which water is flowing. That pipe is conducting the water to the site where the turbine is installed. Generally, the dam is at high level and turbine is at low level. The high speed water in case of Pelton wheel is bombarding. You can see high speed of water. High speed of water is getting bombarded over the turbine. So initially water is coming from this side. It will run through the penstock here. In the dam, it has potential energy. That potentially slowly goes into converted in slowly goes further and get converted into kinetic energy, and that kinetic energy is utilized for rotating the turbine. And after doing the work, this water is doing work on this turbine. After doing the work, the water, remaining water, will be sent to the tail race. Tail race is the storage from where water is sent back to the further flow. So like that, there is a simple working diagram of a hydroelectric power plant with respect to Pelton wheel. If we have reaction turbine, only this Pelton wheel is removed. Otherwise, the structure will look like same. Because our ultimate aim of hydroelectric power plant is to generate the electricity, and that electricity is generated by connecting this turbine backside to the generator. That generator shaft get rotated and we are getting the electricity. That is the simple working principle of such type of a hydroelectric power plants. Then if we next point is the reaction turbine, but before proceeding to that further point, we will go back and we will have a revision of last lecture as everyone is here almost. So you need to open our Padlet first, and we have to complete the Padlet activity by entering what we have learned last time. So I request everyone to participate in these activities which shows your active presence. So I am sharing the Padlet screen which is clear for you, and last lecture what we have learned, I need input from all of you. Don't add anonymously, so it will not everything is getting recorded and it will be presented to HOD and all these higher authorities, so that it will show that you are taking actively participation in all the lectures, not just coming and starting the video and doing the other work. That things are not happening like that. It should not happen. So we will have 12 o'clock now. You take 5 minutes to complete this activity. Then we will have small quiz. Then we will further continue the lecture related with the unit number 6. The recordings of previous lectures are available now. Those will be uploaded on Moodle today, so that you can start learning. I will provide the notes also. So it is related with forces on image bodies and compressible flow. So last lecture was dedicated with let's see what is your input, then I will speak about that. So only 5 students are writing something.
सर पॅडलेटची लिंक
अरे पॅडलेटची लिंक सेमच आहे रे, पाठवतो. So this is the link for Padlet in the chat box. Same link. Sorry, I have not shared. Uh, it is there now. Link is given. I need bullet points, what we have learned last time with your name. Yes, I got 1 point from Sakshi, that is pressure track, friction track, okay. Streamline body, blub body means what? Magnus effect, development of lift, and compressible flow. Inside the compressible flow, we have learned about the different properties of compressible flow and the derivations of 2 equations, that is Bernoulli's equation for compressible flow and continuity equation for compressible flow. Yes, second Sakshi has also, let's rate it as a 5 star. Then forces on emerge body, Sakshi is saying pressure drag and friction drag, streamline body, compressible flow, continuity equation, what is mean by Mach number. Further, you can add the subsonic, sonic means what, supersonic means what, all these things you should remember. Mach number is nothing but ratio of what. Yes, Jihad is saying pressure drag, compressible flow, forces on emerge body. Okay, very good. So I am going to post all these things on Moodle also. Yes, Vardhaman is also here. Who is saying pressure drag? Aishwarya is also saying Mach number. Okay, 5 star. Oh, who is anonymous? I don't know. Anonymous. Ayush is saying compressible flow, friction drag, pressure drag. Yes. Ishika is also saying the same thing. It's correct. Afia is also adding some points. That is problem on it. Yes, problem also we have seen in previous lecture. Akash is saying the blood body means what, pressure drag is what. Pranut is saying all points correctly. Means you remember something which we have learned 3 days before. That's good. Sad is saying that fiction track streamline. Everybody just try to enhance the compressible flow. Means in compressible flow, we have seen 2 derivations which are very important from the point of exam. Okay, so understand that also. Forces on emerge body, Mach number, streamline body. Neeraj is also saying. Shubham is saying same the thing. Subsonic and sonic he has added. So we have only 2 minutes now to complete the task. Continue adding those who have not. Siddesh has added. Friction drag means what? Streamline body means what? Blub body means what? So finish. We have only 2 minutes. Praveen is also saying the same thing. Rishabh, I got the reply. Vipul is friction drag, compressible flow, Mach number, blood body. Okay. If you remember this word, it's showing that you are active presence. Then We have only 1 minute. Complete fastly. Suzanne has also added pressure drag, friction drag, streamline body, plug body, Magnus effect, development of lift, compressible flow. Okay. Those who have not completed, complete it in a minute. Meanwhile, for those who have completed, I will share a link for a quiz which will be based on previous lecture learnings. Then after completing this quiz, we will continue with unit number 6. I am sharing the link in the chat box. Have a look. So I got Ankita's reply also, Anupam's reply also. Who is now everybody has done. No is writing. No one is writing. So I will change the screen and will represent you the another window. Yes. Link is there for the quiz. Join now second link which is in the chat box. It will have only 4 questions. 4 questions based on yesterday's or day before yesterday's lecture. So who had joined almost, I got 20 students. Join fast others. We will have again 5 minutes for it. 23. 6 more to join. Okay, we will start. Let others will join. Pratiksha is also there. Now it is starting. So you will have questions in front of you. Don't be hurry. Think and give the answer. Questions are simple. Players are giving the answer. All 4 questions are simple one. Think and give the answer. Mohammad Saad is Tala is going well. Topper. Sushmit has position second. So many of you are going wrong. Review your answers later when we complete. Rishabh, start fastly. You have not yet started. I'm sending the link once again. Mine link is there for quiz. You can join. We will have 4 more minutes. Vardhaman and Muhammad has Tala has completed. Sushmit also completed. Afia had joined once again. Oh. So others, please complete as early as possible. See, marks and all things are not important. Just the way you are thinking is important. Without study, we are giving the test like this quiz. So whatever things we are remembering, those things we are applying. So don't worry about the less marks and wrong answers. It is better to review the answers. So last 3 minutes to end the quiz. So before that, I will go through the questions. So first question was related with Mach number. Second question is related with the velocity of vehicle. Third is compressible flow is related with what? Fourth is air is used in pneumatic system, how it is. So both, all 4 questions are having based on the general knowledge of the lecture only. I will reveal the answers. Vardhaman has started once again. Don't start once again. Last 2 minutes. Those who have not completed, please complete it as early possible. Pranati is once again. Don't join once again. So last 1 minute. Countdown will start soon because we have to move further. Okay, it's 12:13. We will end. 1, 2, and 3. So we will stop. Game has stopped. Let's have a review. Sushmit, Vardhaman, Tala. Congratulations. So let's see the question answers. We had 4 questions and here is the correct answer. Mach number is the ratio of square root of inertia force to the elastic force. 13 players have given correct answer. Then second question is a vehicle is moving at 1400 km per hour. So velocity of that vehicle is greater than sound. So so that it is moving with supersonic speed. Then compressible flow is dealing with the gas dynamics only, because solids are not compressible, liquids are not compressible. Solid and liquid dynamics is not considering with the compressible flow. Only gas dynamics is related with the compressible flow. The air is used in the pneumatic system is totally compressible. Incompressible is wrong. Totally compressible when it is mixed with the water is wrong. Only compressible when mixed with oil is also wrong. It is totally compressible. So this is the review of the questions which we have seen in this small quiz. So be ready with such type of quizzes every lecture. I will stop sharing that screen and we will go back to the our previous point where we left with the hydroelectric power plant. I will start sharing that screen. Okay. Here you can see the next point, that is reaction water turbine. The second classification of hydroelectric power plant turbine is reaction turbine. Here, principle of operation, construction and working of Francis turbine and Kaplan turbine we will see. So what is mean by a velocity triangle and that all these things we will see. Here in the reaction turbine, low head, high flow rate machines. These are also known as low head, high flow rate machines. In general, nearby dams like Radhanagari or Chandoli Dam, they are using such type of reaction turbines, because as compared to the Koyna Dam project, the head available is less, and that head is also not constant. For that, the reaction turbine is the best solution, which requires low head, and we can keep high discharge by maintaining large amount size of a diameter of a Pelton wheel. The reaction turbine rotor is surrounded by the casing, which is filled with the working fluid. Means in case of reaction turbine, the casing is airtight. There is no presence of air around the turbine. Turbines are manufactured in the variety of configuration: radial flow turbines, axial flow turbines, and mixed flow turbines. The function of reaction turbine differs from the impulse turbine in two ways. This point is important. In impulse turbine, potential energy is available, which is available completely converted to kinetic energy by nozzle before the water enters the runner. Overall energy is converted into kinetic energy. Pressure in the runner is constant and it is atmospheric, because the turbine casing is not airtight. Whatever atmospheric pressure is there, that is constant around the turbine runner. But in case of reaction turbine, the potential energy is first converted into kinetic energy. Some part of that energy, as it is written here, in case of reaction turbine, potential energy is partly converted into kinetic energy in the starter guide blades, and remaining potential energy is gradually converted into kinetic energy and absorbed by the runner. Means it is using the conversion of energy partly. First, it is directly converted to kinetic energy. Second part is firstly converted into pressure energy, and that is later converted into kinetic energy. The pressure inside the runner varies along with the flow. The impulse turbine has few buckets, means if you see the construction of impulse turbine, then not all buckets are coming in contact with the jet. Only few buckets, 3 or 4 buckets will be in contact with the water jet. But in case of reaction turbine, as it is fully flowing, all blades or all vanes are engaged by the water all the times. It is completely surrounded by the water. The other differences are that reaction turbines are well suited for low and medium head below 300 meter below. While impulse turbines are well situated for high heads and the above. Also, the drop in pressure in vane passage in reaction turbine, relative velocity at outlet is higher compared to the value at inlet. In case of impulse turbine, there is no drop in the pressure in the bucket space, and relative velocity neither decreases due to surface friction or remains constant. In case of reaction turbine, the flow area between two blades changes gradually to accompany the change in static pressure. That I will explain with the help of diagram, and with the help of diagram it will be easy to understand. In case of impulse turbine, the speed ratio for the best efficiency is, what is meant by speed ratio? That term will also come when we see the derivation part, is about 0.46. There is no limitation. Reaction turbine can run at higher speed. Speed limitation is not there. So we will see the example which is called as a Francis turbine. Radial and mixed flow hydraulic turbine is a Francis turbine, and it is invented by James Francis, who was American engineer. In this turbine, energy available is in the water is transferred to the shaft by means of rotating runner, and resulting torque transmitted by the rotating shaft can drive the electric generator. So here is one small video. So I will start. Hope it will be visible to you. Sound is not important.
Are often used in pump storage plants
So
to
here you
create
can
electricity. The generator, which produces electricity,
here is the
is
generator
connected through a
which
shaft
has
to the
shaft
runner of the turbine.
and runner is
The
also
runner is
there.
composed of runner vanes that are curved.
These are the vanes, and those vanes are curved.
The guide wheel surrounds
And
the
guide
runner.
wheel is there, which controls the flow over the turbine.
The setting angle of the guide vanes can be adjusted to meet fluctuating
See
power demands
how
or
the
to cause the turbine to spin
guide
at a
wheels are
constant speed
controlled.
at changing water
From
levels.
this point, water is coming inside the turbine.
The setting angle of the guide vanes can be adjusted to meet fluctuating power demands or to cause the turbine to spin at a constant speed at changing water levels. A volute
it is-
casing surrounds the
It
guide
has
wheel.
volute casing. Volute casing means its area of
Water
cross
enters the
section
turbine
is
from a pipe
changing.
connected to the higher
Penstock
reservoir
is
of the
connected.
pump storage plant. The
So
water
you can
is
see
then conveyed
how
from
the
another
area
pipe
of that
to the lower reservoir. The water flows through the turbine, causing the runner and consequently the rotor of the generator to spin and to produce electricity.
you can see
And
here
conse-
water is coming from this side. Water is coming from this side. It flows through this volute casing and later it will come to the turbine blades. Those are nothing but vanes. By controlling the opening, by the changing the position of guide vanes, water runs through this. Turbine rotates and remaining water goes to the tail race. So importance of volute casing we will see. So in general, the main components, the first is a spiral casing, second is a guide vane, different guide vanes, then runner is there, draft tube is there, and governor mechanism is there. Here is the cross section of the turbine. So you can see in this view, from penstock water is coming. These are the guide vanes which can be rotated, which can be controlled from outside, which can control the flow of water coming to the turbine. If you see from this front view, the draft tube is connected at the end. Here is the spiral casing. Spiral casing is nothing but different cross-section area casing. So first is a spiral casing. Spiral casing surrounds the runner completely. The area of cross-section decreases gradually around the circumference. So what will happen when area goes on decreasing? Water is coming with certain velocity and certain pressure at the entrance, and what happens? Area of that cross section goes on decreasing. What will happen to the velocity and pressure to the system inside that turbine as area goes on decreasing? What will happen? Anyone? Again, this is a very basic question from unit number 2. Area of cross section decreases gradually around the circumference. Initially, area is equal to the Pelton wheel, equal to the penstock. That area goes on decreasing gradually at the center of the turbine. So as area goes on decreasing, what will happen to the velocity and pressure?
Velocity increases.
Velocity will increase and pressure will decrease. So what will happen? This will lead to the uniform distribution of water all along the circumference of a runner. The water from penstock pipes enter the spiral casing and distributed uniformly to the guide blades placed in the periphery of a circle. The casing should be strong enough to withstand high pressure. Then there are guide vanes. Water enters the runner through the guide blades along with the circumference. The number of guide blades are gradually fewer than the number of blades in the runner. The guide blades, in addition to the guiding the water at the proper direction, serves two important functions. The first is water entering to the guide blades is imparted tangential velocity by the drop of pressure in the passage of the water through the blades. Pressure drops, velocity will increase. The blade passage acts as a nozzle in this aspect. Means those guide blades are working as a nozzle which is working in the impulse turbine. The guide blades rest on the pivoted on the ring and can be rotated by the rotation of the ring, whose momentum is controlled by the governor. In this way, area of the blade passage is changed to vary the flow rate of water according to load, so that speed can be maintained constant. So there is one governing mechanism. So these are such type of guide vanes are there. if you see dotted line, when this condition is there, then area of flow is more. If second condition is there, then area of flow is less. If blades are connected in the daughter manner, less amount of water can flow. If blades are arranged in this normal line manner, then there is a large amount of area will be available. Depending upon the requirement, we are changing the positions. Then comes the runner. Runner is a circular disc and it has curved blades. Shape of runner depends on the specific speed. In slow runner is there, medium speed runner is there, high speed runner is there, and very high speed runner is also there. Then it comes the draft tube. The turbine has to be installed in few meters above the flood level of water. In that case, impulse turbine doesn't lead to significant loss of head. In case of reaction turbine, the loss of head due to installation at higher level from the tail race will be significant, because we can't install reaction turbines at the flood level. Water may enter. This loss is reduced by the connecting fully flowing diverging tube from the turbine outlet to the immerse in the tail race. When you will be back in our lab, you can see the, or you might have already seen the draft tube which is connected to which experiments we have seen already. This reduces the pressure loss at as the pressure at the turbine outlet will be below the atmospheric due to the arrangement. As you know, when water comes out of the turbine, its pressure is reduced because area goes on decreasing. Low pressure, high velocity pressure will be there, fluid will be there, and the loss of effective head is reduced by this arrangement. Also, because of diverging section of a tube, these tubes are generally having the shape like this. So these are tubes like this. First area is less, and that area goes on increasing. So that due to this, what will happen? So due to this, diverging section of a tube, kinetic energy is converted into pressure energy. The draft tube thus helps finally for regain the lost static head due to higher level installation of turbine, and helps to recover the part of kinetic energy that otherwise may be lost at the turbine outlet. Here are some types of draft tubes. It is a straight diverging draft tube, Moody's bell mounted draft tube, simple elbow having square outlet and circular inlet. Just remember this type of draft tubes for your reference. This is governing we will see in the next lecture, because it will take more time to cover the part which I am explaining. So in the next lecture tomorrow, we will see what is meant by governing, and then we will finish the theoretical part, and we will move for the numericals and derivations and what is meant by velocity triangles and all these things. So if you have any doubt, contact me anytime and start studying, because the end semester exam is about to come, and it will be based mostly on the last 2 units. So be aware about that. The material about 5th unit I will post on the Moodle today itself, and I will start uploading the material related with this unit also today itself. So with this, we will conclude today's session, and as per daily practice, start entering your roll number correctly. only roll numbers in your chat box so that it will get recorded as attendance. Once you add, and if you don't have any doubt, if you don't want to speak, you can leave the class. Okay, who has remained? Just be fast. I have to stop the recording. Afia, you have interviewed. Afia has entered. Suzanne, Tala, Rohit, have you entered? Rohit,